So I have to ask you if you can give us any insight into the answer to the president's question. Stacey Abrams, what's up with this Stacey Abrams? Your governor, your secretary of state, they are petrified of Stacey Abrams. What's that about? I just want to ask if you have the answer to that and what you make of the president's remarks about you tonight.
I don't think that either of them are afraid of me. I think what has happened is that over the last 2 years, we were able to mitigate much of the voter suppression that Brian Kemp architected and that Brad Raffensperger enforced. We were able to secure absentee ballot rules that actually treated every single voter the same. We were able to mitigate and eviscerate the exact match system that was keeping so many people off the rolls in this weird limbo that existed only in Georgia. And across the board, we were able to raise the resources and the attention that meant that our elections workers got the resources and the training they needed. I think that really what's going on is that Brad Raffensperger and Brian Kemp are afraid of Georgia voters because now they know that all Georgia voters who are eligible to vote will have the opportunity to be heard.
I don't know the Georgia Republican officials as well as you do. I feel like in what's happened since the November election, it feels like the person who Brian Kemp and Mr. Raffensperger are most afraid of right now is President Trump, with the way that he has come down on them with both feet, trying to get them to falsify election results. This tape over the weekend, essentially directing Raffensperger and his office to counterfeit the election results, to declare that Trump won, despite what the results were in Georgia. And it is, it's heartening to hear on that tape Raffensperger say, no, Mr. President, your facts here are wrong. But to hear them face that wrath from the president, I just have to ask you what kind of how that changes things in terms of this all-important election, how that changes the dynamics in the state, and what you make of how they have, in effect, stood up to the president with what he's done since the election.
Well, I would cast it slightly differently. They aren't defending the right of voters. They're defending a system that they created. It was under Brian Kemp that the state authorized the single largest purchase of voting machines in Georgia history, in fact, in American history. It was under Brad Raffensperger that so many of the changes were made in order to secure the elections. And now they've got to defend what they did. This has nothing to do with this newfound notion of voter access and a belief in voting rights. They are both two of the most egregious voter suppressors in the country, but they have to defend the system they created against all enemies, and that includes, in this case, Donald Trump.